The gods of mythology and mainstream religion have little to no effect on how the world is shaped directly. I say directly because the mythologies and religions themselves may shape the world as people are influenced by these stories, but the entities being described within them have little to no direct effect on the things that happen in the world. This may be because these gods or entities only reside within the limited space of most minor egregores, or it may be because they don't exist as real entities at all. To the annoyance of many of my viewers, I often cite Jesus as a god/entity that likely doesn't exist at all, which largely explains why prayers and magic surrounding Jesus has no effect whatsoever, far apart from natural probability. There are a number of gods and entities we are aware of the existence of, however, through actual evidence. One, from the Newton Institute, we're aware of the existence of individualized spirit guides, the personal daimon, and a council of wise beings. All of these may be manipulative archons powering a louche farming reincarnation engine, however. Two, we're aware of the One, aka the monad, aka non-dual light. And three, we're aware of the planetary gods. Of these, the planetary gods shape the world most profoundly and directly, and they largely explain over 90% of everything that happens in the world. So, putting mythologies, fairy tales, and personal belief to the side, and focusing on things that do exist within evidence, here is the character of the 5 most significant gods that shape our world. Saturn is cold and dry, an infortune, destructive, the source of bad and foul odors, proud and a traitor, because when he makes any promise, he betrays it. He signifies farmers, streams, those who work in the earth, controversies, great and long journeys, great and enduring enmities, bringing evils, battles, and all things unwanted, and the power to make and work. True speech, hope, blackness, age, buildings, fear, great thoughts, cares, angers, betrayals, sorrows, anguish, death, inheritances, orphans, old places, appraisals, proper elocution, secret sciences, secret meanings, and profound knowledge. He signifies all the foregoing when he is direct in his motion. When he is retrograde, however, he signifies misfortune, debilities or infirmities, prisons, and evils suffered in all things. And if he enters into aspect with any other planet, he weakens it and damages all the qualities of the other planet. If he is retrograde and you ask him for something, what you seek will come about with delays and miseries and great labor. If he is retrograde in any of his own dignities, his maledictions are augmented and increased, while if he rises in his powers and dignities, then he will be easier and gentler. Jupiter is warm and moist, temperate and fortunate, whence he is called the greater fortune, and follows Saturn in the order of the planets. He signifies things that are subtly made, the bodies of animals, beginnings, the growth of animals, right judgment, collegiality, and equality in all things, perception, gentleness, true speech, truth, right belief, faithfulness, chastity, honor, gratitude, eloquence, the sustenance of good words, good perception and intelligence, the sciences, philosophy, teaching, things obtained by correct reasoning and peace, honor received from the people, improvement in all one's business, fulfillment of petitions, the will of kings, delighting in riches and accumulating them, gentleness, liberality, sacrifices, helpers of people in all things and all works, delighting in crowds and all crowded places, benefactors of humanity, piety, following and upholding the law in all things, delighting in places of the faithful, people of honest speech, decent ornament, beauty, joy, laughter, and much conversation, speaking well and gladly, benign faces, as well as lovers of the good, and those who abhor evil, preachers of good words, and those who perform all good deeds and avoid bad ones. Mars is hot and dry, and in fortune, destructive, and the cause of evils. He signifies destruction, wicked deeds, depopulation of homes and cities, drying up and damming of rivers, fire, combustion, controversies, blood, all passions while they are being felt, bad and distorted judgment, oppressions, sorrows, manslaughter, and all manner of destruction, demolition, lawsuits, wars, battles, terrors, discord between people, anxieties and miseries, pain, wounds, prisons, misery, escape, litigation, stupidity, treacheries, and all things that are cursed without sense or reason, ordinary happiness, lying, ungratefulness, ordinary life, shame, encounters on the roads, landlessness and lack of solace, discords, sharpness and angers, doing things that are prohibited by the laws, fear, ordinary legalities, betrayals, all kinds of false promises and assessments, wicked deeds involving copulation with women in forbidden ways, such as those who desire beasts and other animals and strange women, infanticide, and destroying living things and abortion, robbery, treasons and deceptions, all manner of frauds, feeling miserable, brooding, thefts of clothing and shoes, highway robbery, those who break walls by night, those who break down doors, and evil deeds of every kind, as well as all things remote from truth and lawfulness. Venus is cold and moist, and a fortune. She signifies cleanliness, splendor, preciousness, word games, delight in music, joy, adornments, laughter, pictures, beauty, loveliness, playing music by the voice or stringed instruments, delighting in marriage, desiring spices and things that have good odors, sending dreams, provoking games of chess and dice, desiring to lie with women and to fall in love with them, and receiving promises from them, desiring to appear beautiful, loving liberty, magnanimity of heart and joy. She abhors anger, brawling, vengeance, and lawsuits. She desires to serve the desires and wills of friends concerning the world's opinion, tends towards false promises, is inclined to cupidity, desires to drink much, incessantly desires much copulation, and of shameful kinds, and to do it in inappropriate places, as women are accustomed to do with one another. Delighting in animals and children, and in making them good, making things equal, delighting in merchants, and living with them, and being loved by their women, and that they may be delighted by men. When she is well received, she plays a part in the making of crowns, building stables and working in stone, having sweet speech, disdaining the world and having no fear of it, sustaining people so that neither anger, strife, or discord can be felt by them. It designates a weak heart and a weak will in lawsuits and combat, and signifies desire for all beautiful combinations of things which may be in conformity with the will, making colors and laboring diligently in skills involving them, selling merchandise, spices, and prayers, those who observe the religious law, and those who adhere to sciences and philosophies of forbidden kinds. The sun is hot and dry, and of mixed good and ill in his influence. He repairs and destroys, and brings both good and evil. He is both a fortune and an infortune. He signifies and reveals perception and intellect, exaltations and high offices, but without fear, and indeed easily makes men to triumph over their enemies and easily inflict violent deaths on them. He shows those who give great gifts to friends, that is, to those to whom they are appropriate and merited. He destroys those who send many, which are cut off altogether, distributes good things and otherwise, and causes good, both good and evil. Those who observe the law, and those who keep promises, to all people. He gives delight in good and pleasant things, great eloquence, and giving ready responses in all things. He increases the appetite for amassing wealth, and for people to desire good things, a good reputation in the mouths of the people, and high positions in official posts, making all legality and goodness, and all things that are proper for kings and great men in the world, and the mode of living that is necessary to them, as well as all exalted and ornate work with minerals, and making the crowns of kings and sublime things, and making large books. The moon, Mercury, and Earth are largely unimportant gods in the grander scheme of things, and only exist to give structure to the astral, mental, and physical bodies respectively, in order to receive the influence of these five gods above. These five gods consist of two pairs of dualities, separating the positive and negative aspects of the monad, and these are called benefics and malefics. Storehouses of the positive and desirable aspects of God, and the antagonistic, unpleasant, discordant, undesirable aspects of God, respectively. To the Christian mind, you might call these Jesus and Satan. Mediating all of these powers and giving them structure and order is what some call the false light, and others call the Yaldabaoth. That is the sun. The sun is the closest thing we can actually physically point to being truly godly and resembling the One. It attempts to reconcile the dualities of positive and negative, benefic and malefic, and thus it's of mixed influence. I quote, "The sun is hot and dry, and of mixed good and ill in his influence. He repairs and destroys, and brings both good and evil. He is both a fortune and an infortune." The Yaldabaoth is the serpentine lion, the lion-headed cyclical Ouroboros, and the sun is the generator of the cyclical movements, and its talismanic image is that of a lion's head, and it rules the sign of the lion. Brought to you by Isaiah 45:5, The haughtiness and pride of believing, quote, I am the Lord and there is no other. Apart from me there is no God. I will strengthen you, though you have not acknowledged me. This, quote, is the pride of the sun. Its agenda is ultimately worldly. Its gravitational pull is what keeps you twirling about in circles on the world, as does the movement of the planets. And it is ultimately the demiurge and jailer that's encountered between lifetimes that masquerades as true divinity, believing itself to be the only true divinity. The sun is the reason most won't rise above Tifereth and ever see Keter. Most prefer the false light and the comforting lie. But beyond these gods are the distant and ancient wise ones. They are distant and far from any company, as you must also be, to hear their voice and to learn their wisdom. These ancient and distant gods are the outer planets, and their agenda is maligned by the orders of the inner planets, as they wish to show you the way out. The outer planets wish to show you the way to the supernal triad.